Hello again, this is Gary, the bumbling beekeeper. I just wanted to make a short video about the bear fence I've had in place here to protect my hive as well as some of the fruit trees from bears and other critters that are pretty abundant out here. The components of this system is a solar panel. This is a 64 watt panel. It's bigger than what I need, but it had such a low price online that I went ahead and got it. And you can find most of these components online or at your local Cinex or feed store. And usually the feed store has pretty good advice on the best parts to get for your application. So what the solar panel does is it charges a battery. This will give you there are many different ways to set up an electric fence. This will give you a basic idea, but there's several different options depending on what your needs are. Okay, so the solar panel collects energy from the sun and transforms that light energy into electric energy. It transforms it into DC electricity. And the next component is this charge controller. This is in place to make sure the battery is properly charged. These aren't too expensive, and you can get, for this application you just need a very basic solar controller. Okay, and from the solar controller the electricity then goes to this battery. This is a used deep cycle battery. I am off-grid out here, so everything I have is solar and propane, and that's the situation with a lot of beekeepers, the need for solar-powered electric fence. So it's a deep cycle battery. You can find them buy a real expensive one for this application. Okay, now here's the business part of the whole system. From the battery, 12 volts goes to this fence charger. This is what produces the zap. This is a Parmac Magnum 12 fence charger. My original one did not work too well. It didn't even last a year. It was called a Zariba fence charger. It was about 150 bucks and wasn't worth 20. And then the next part is this ground rod. So you pound this ground rod as deep as you can, and that provides the contact for the negative side of the battery. So you connect the negative side of the battery to this ground rod. The positive side goes to your electric fence. And so the idea is if a bear comes up here, he's in contact with the ground, that's the ground rod, and then he licks or sniffs this wire, he gets a zap. He makes the connection between the positive and negative charges from the controller. And I found once a critter gets zapped, they do not forget it. Some people suggest baiting the fence with bacon or something like that to attract the bear, and so it'll learn what it is. But I think they get the lesson one way or another. So this fence has been very effective for keeping bears out of the hive. The way you get in is these little gates. You can buy these pretty inexpensively. Okay, so here is the wire coming from the positive side of the battery. It's tied together with all of these wires, and the wires are on plastic standoffs so that they are not connected to ground. So they're isolated from ground until something makes the connection between this wire and ground. These metal T-posts have signs indicating that it's a electric fence, especially in a place like this where I have friends coming over to pick fruit. I wouldn't want them to get zapped. Okay, another handy use of this fence is I've continued this over to another little fence I put up this just as the fruit is ripening up. I can just change this over to wherever I need electric fence. Right now the Asian pears are getting ripe, so I put this in and it's kept the critters out of here. Mainly bear and raccoons are and that's it.